Right, okay. I moved on to training my other dogs, my older dogs, and initially I had done a straight path between two barrels, top and bottom, for my youngest dog. And then I decided I was going to expand the gaps between the hoops for my older dogs and give them perhaps a little bit more, or give me a little bit of directional challenge, and expanded and changed the hoops around. So I turned the middle hoops into a slight crisscross situation, trying to leave a clear path for my dog to go past the hoop on the inside, but the centre hoops were turned in. So that made a circle for me in one direction or the other. And then the other thing I could do was, instead I could either teach my dog to go on past the hoop, okay, but what I did was I used a figure of 8 scheme. So I got my dog to go round in a circle. Now, first of all, I was standing here. So I was in the centre of this circle. I'm standing in this circle here. I called my dog across the middle, and then I asked him to change his direction, to turn left and go round the outside of that barrel at the top, back in, and then I called him back through across the middle, ignoring this one this time, and starting the circle to complete it. Okay. You do need to have some space there, because otherwise they will skid, or they won't make the turn. They won't do the turns very well. And I wanted to make sure I had to work on my timing so that my dog had time to turn. It may not have worked out perfectly, but again, there was a curve there. This is the thing, because you're turning them across there, and that might have been a little bit tight to do for Moochie, because it is a question of asking them to change their balance from coming out of a curve and pulling them over. I then tried it by standing in this side of the course and getting my dog to do a circuit, turning away from me and then pulling across and doing that bit. Now, what I found was I needed to make sure that I was not blocking my dog's view of the obstacle I needed him to do next. So if I stood too far forward here, okay, basically I'm blocking his view of that hoop. So I needed to make sure I remembered to step back. So as he's going around the bend, I'm standing there, step back and direct. Do you get me? So it's something I've learnt today. You working your dog across, say, your handler area or whatever. I don't follow the rules of having obstacles in a handler area myself, but I know that there are some examples of that. But as you can see, I mean, I had a very big space here with the hoops at 7 meters apart or more, but I still got in my dog's way. I had to go, oh bum, I've got to get out the way, Ange. He needs to see where he's going. So little things like that, when you're setting up, say, a course or a handler area or whatever, check it out. try and imagine what the handlers might do, especially if they're not totally distance handling. Will they be blocking their dog's view of the next obstacle? Because dogs move at least 30% faster on a Hooper course than they would if they were doing it in agility. And so the handler's got to, get out of the way as quickly, as smoothly as possible to allow the dog to keep running uninterrupted.